Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Counselor. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Who do you have, Mr. Tuttles?
Hey, you all right today?
I'm good, thank you. Who do you have this morning, sir?
I have uh, a Mr. Shepherd, Carmelo. Cameron Shepherd.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Joan Morgan. I have Quentin White.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
We're going
Counselor,
to.
go ahead. I apologize. Counselor was here before I was. I came in second, actually. I don't want to-
Okay, I appreciate that. But we're gonna go first. We got to go to Division 3. There's 3 cases to handle there, and then we're gonna go back to DDC where both of your gentlemen are held, and then we'll bring them both out front. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So just give us a moment. We have to handle the 3 matters. Once we get to DDC, we'll call your cases first. Are you guys just going to hang on there, or do you want us to call you and let you know when we're ready with the last 3? It's up to you.
My next matter is at 11 o'clock in Taylor. So I'm just stick here for a minute. No, but
Okay, all right. Thank you.
okay.
I'm going to stay on
Officer?
as well. I'm in Judge
Division
Callan's.
3, have them call us. Okay, thank you. We're calling Division 3 now, and then as soon as we finish these matters, we'll go over to DDC and, like I said, have your matters called first. Thank you for your patience.
Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
welcome, Your Honor. You're welcome.
Thank you.
How you doing, Miss Court Clerk? Miss Court Officer?
Madam Clerk, did you say we had 3 at Division 3 or just 2? I see 2.
Oh, it's quiet first.
Did she say?
Yeah.
Just the 3 at
Yeah,
Division?
whatever's on here, yeah, she's separated.
Oh, yeah, so there
Yeah.
was the 2 in
Oh,
Division
just the
3.
2, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay,
So 1
perfect.
PM.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. They answering? One second. Okay, hold on, maybe I got them. So we have 2 retained. I got them, Officer Love. Thank you. Yeah. Do you have the 2 retained matters, Phil?
No, Your Honor.
We have retained on number 2, Shepherd, and retained on number 4, White. What happened to him? Where did Division 3 go? Morning. Officer, I apologize. I guess I seen him up there a minute ago. Could you let him know that we got him on camera at Division 3 and I just need to bring the 2 people? Thank you. Counsel, you spoke with both these at Division 3, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you, officer. Good morning. How are you?
Very well, sir. I have two gentlemen for you, both for warrants. I have Robert Jones present.
Thank you, officer. And good morning, Mr. Jones. Your name, please?
Robert Jones, good morning.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Mr. Jones, you're here for case number 170-56096, People State of Michigan versus Robert Jones, Counselor.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Common Court. Philip Reagan, appearing on behalf of Mr. Robert Jones. Your Honor, we just waive the formal reading stamp. Mr. Jones has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Thank you. The court will waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Jones, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend on October the 21st. That's 8:30 a.m. Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, Third Circuit Court in front of Judge Giles. That will be held via Zoom, Mr. Jones, and you'll get information before you're released on how to connect for that hearing, but that's your responsibility. Do you understand?
Yes.
Not guilty is entered as to bond.
As the bond, Your Honor, my client, 27 years of age, judge, has no prior criminal history. Yes, he does have traffic tickets. Just didn't realize that he had an outstanding warrant for child support. This matter goes back to 2012, I think the date of the warrant. He just started a
2017.
I'm sorry, Judge?
2017.
2017, I apologize. I had incident date 2005. I apologize. Judge, he just started a job at Dollar General, but he tells me that he has been, the unemployment agency has been taking money out of unemployment checks, and they've been paying the child support. So he just started a new job, so he's not getting unemployment anymore at Dollar General. Judge, he really does want to set up a situation where he can't pay. I do understand that the court is obligated by statute to set 125% of the arrears unless there can be a showing of the cause, Judge. In fact, that I think he's unable right now financially to catch up. One thing, Judge, because of the new job, two, because of the pandemic we're facing, Judge, I would ask the court not to set bond at 25% because of the pandemic again, Judge. He will work out something at the probable cause conference. He understands he's to come back to court via Zoom if this court allows him to have a Zoom court day, Judge. I would ask the court for personal bond. I don't think that Mr. Jones is a flight risk, or I don't think he's a threat to the community.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Jones, your attorneys advocated well, as always, on your behalf. The court takes into consideration the lack of capious history or criminal convictions. The court's aware of the current epidemic facing our nation, as well as the serious nature of this allegation and employment information as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond. It's very important that you make that court hearing, so you're going to be released on a personal bond. As stated by counsel, the court statutorily obligated to set bond in the amount of 25% of your alleged arrearages, which total allegedly $9,801. Based on information placed on the record, bond will be set $2,450. That's a personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Jones. Make sure and attend that hearing. Hope it works out for you, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Your Honor, sir, I have Michael Sweeting present.
Good morning. Your name, please.
Michael Sweeting.
Good morning, sir. You're here for case number 17061756, People State of Michigan versus Michael Sweeting.
Your Honor, Philip Reagan on behalf of Michael Sweeting, waiting for him to stand you. Mr. Sweeting has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading of the information under plea of not guilty on your behalf, Mr. Sweeting, and schedule a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend October the 21st. That's 8:30 a.m. Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, Third Circuit Court in front of Judge Giles. That will be heard, Mr. Sweeting, via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology, which you'll get information from the officers before you're released on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that clear? Good morning,
sir.
buddy. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
That's the bond, Your Honor. Mr. Sweeting.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this matter takes back to 2014. I apologize. Your Honor, Mr. Sweeting informed me this morning that he has had custody of kids since he was released in 2015. He has 4 children, all by the same mother. Judge, and we explained to him that once he gets appointed counsel, they'll be able to go full records penal records, school records, and all those different things. Today is just his arraignment, Your Honor, to give advice on his rights. I'm asking the court respectfully, understanding the court must set bond today, and statutory requirement is 25% of the arrears. Set the bond at a personal bond, Judge. He is not employed right now. He was employed during construction work before the pandemic hit. Once the pandemic hit, Your Honor, he filed for his unemployment. He has not received an unemployment check yet, Judge. So his funds are very low. There's a pandemic. Mr. Sweeten understands and wants to get to the bottom of this, Judge, and try to resolve it. He has some documentation that he's going to show his new attorney, and we'd ask the court respectfully that he can write a personal bond in this matter.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeting. This is a very serious felony allegation. It's important that you make that hearing date, sir, so you don't get locked up just for not showing up to the court hearing. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you're going to be released on a personal bond, given the information before the court, as well as provided by counsel, the serious nature of this allegation, lack of criminal convictions, or capious history. Court takes into consideration the employment status, as counsel stated, as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as current epidemic facing the nation. Court is statutorily obligated to set bond in the amount of 25% of your alleged arrearages, which allegedly total $15,600. Mr. Sweeting, for those reasons, your bond is $3,900 personal bond. You're being released, sir. Good luck. I hope it all works out well for you. Make sure to attend the hearing October 21st, Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, 8:30 in front of
Thank
Judge
you.
Giles. Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a blessed day and be safe.
You as well. Thank you as always. I'm okay. Thanks. How are you doing? Okay. Titles. Right.
Judge, can I ask you, this is Joan Morgan. Judge Talon is calling me from Zoom. Can I do that
Yep,
one and
go
then
ahead.
come back to you?
Absolutely. Just take your time, come back and let us know, and we'll tell them to pull whenever you're ready. Good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
Yep, counsel. Officer, DDC, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. May it please the court, I'm Joan Morgan. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Miller.
Oh, miss,
Oh,
you're
sorry.
you're still on the wrong one. Thank you. Still there.
So for this one, I'm just gonna fill it off the packet.
Just let you know.
Yeah.
Good morning, DDC.
Yes, ma'am.
Magistrate Capari, how are you?
I'm well, thank you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Great. Good to see you, sir. If you could bring out number 2, Shepard, we have an attorney on that gentleman. Otherwise, at your pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, I haven't got a final yet, Your Honor, and I'm still doing interviews. I'll go find Mr. Shepard.
Okay, officer, we should have gotten you a final. How many do you have on your list, sir?
12.
Okay, we'll try to send you another one. We have 18 all day, just to FYI. But you can bring whoever you have available. Number 2 first. Thank you. Appreciate you. So now, could we have him sign on the final?
Yeah, I just want to.
Thank you.
Yeah, Denise was sitting over
I got a text from Tater.
there.
I got a text from Tater. Just now. I got it. Good morning. Sir, state your name, please.
Cameron Shepherd.
Good morning, Mr. Shepherd. Mr. Shepherd here for case number 2005961. People State of Michigan vs. Cameron Jeffrey Shepherd, identified in the complaint as defendant 2. Counsel. You're on mute, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay.
May it please this honorable court, Antonio Details on behalf of my client, Mr. Cameron Shepherd, who is physically not present in court with his parents, but who is present via Zoom. My P number is 64158.
Thank you, sir.
And for purposes of this arraignment, we waive the formal reading and stand mute.
Court will waive formal reading of the information, enter a plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in one moment. As to the bond.
As to the bond, the court should be aware that Mr. Shepherd is 26 years old. He is he's graduated high school. He's a lifelong resident. He has retained counsel. He has tremendous family support, and we're asking for a personal bond. We have no reason to believe that Mr. Shepherd is not going to reappear for court.
Thank you. These are very serious assaultive allegations, Mr. Shepherd. The court takes into consideration the information provided by your counsel. You have ties to the community. The court's unaware of any criminal convictions or capious history. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation as well as employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Shepherd, you're going to be released on a personal bond with conditions, sir. You have a probable cause conference that's scheduled September the 9th, which is a Wednesday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. And that will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Shepherd. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect, but that's your responsibility. Mr. Shepherd, also during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Do you understand? And absolutely no contact with Sylvester Steele and no contact with Raphael Hoyle. No contact, sir, means no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And based on the serious assaultive nature of these allegations, as well as the information contained in the investigator's report, you're being released on a personal bond, but you're to be fit with a GPS tether prior to release. Your bond is set $10,000 personal bond. Anything further, counsel?
Yeah, one other thing. As it relates to the GPS tether, it's my understanding that the Wayne County Jail is like 2 weeks behind on releasing people on GPS tethers, what is required. I mean, Mr. Shepherd understands he's to have no contact. He was in my office last week on this matter in anticipation of a warrant being issued. So he has taken some proactive measures to address this matter, Your Honor. So we're asking that
the court feels comfortable. These are very serious assaultive allegations. The allegations include an individual being shot multiple times, as well as allegations that your client was in possession of a pistol and assaulted, and as well as assaultive allegations. If the court were to give Mr. Shepherd 24 hours, could you get a tether on him within 24 hours of release?
Then he used to go back. He used to go back to Dickerson, and then have a tether placed on him. If you had
wherever you are, Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, I guess if he has the appropriate paperwork saying you're ordered to be on tether, then you release him on personal bond, then he's appear at Dickerson within 24 hours to get a tether placed on him. And if there's an issue with that, then immediately I will contact this court. But yes, I could say within 24 hours he will appear at Dickerson to be tethered.
Okay, and then as an officer of the court, I'll take your word as stated on the record, Counselor. So the court will indicate tether to be placed within 24 hours of release. Follow through, make sure, Mr. Shepard, that you have no contact as stated. Get the tether fit, make sure, and make your court date on time, which is September 9th at 8:30 in front of Judge King. Counsel, as stated, if there's any issue, contact the court. Anything further?
No, Your Honor. Just Mr. Shepard, you need to call me as soon as you touch down, which will probably be about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. That's about how long it takes them to release them from DDC, Your Honor.
How long did you say?
It take them to about, he won't be released to about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight. And at that time, obviously the tether at Dickerson, that's closed at 4 o'clock. But it takes them that long to release a person from the DDC. Though he's arraigned at 10:30 this morning, it'll be 8 o'clock tonight before he's leaving out.
I hope not. I hope not. That's unfortunate if that's the case on all matters. But court will give 24 hours from release. Just make the effort, get the tether on, Mr. Shepard. If there's any issues, counsel, just give the court a call.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck to you both.
Okay.
Thank you.
What files I need.
Well, I always know that. I always think about it.
Your Honor, we couldn't interview, number 12, Darius Brown. Tried to, he seemed very out of it, non-responsive whatsoever. I'm not sure if he understood what we were saying, so I just want to.
Okay.
Portion of that.
Thank you.
What do you want next, sir?
At your pleasure, sir. We have all files, I believe. Besides number 4, White has counsel, and so they're on another matter. If you could just hold tight on number 4. Otherwise, at your pleasure. Can I see that file back for Shepard, please? Okay. I thought that's what it was. They just have it on the sheet as an A1, and it's just Thank you, Claudia. Yeah, they're just pulling people.
think you got it.
Is there a relation? I don't know if that's retained, so I don't know. I mean, we got that. That's retained, so I'm not doing it.
Oh. Can I see a copy of the, report? No.
For White? The charges or the investigation?
Oh, I can start out waiting for his return.
Oh, yeah, right. Good morning, your name, please?
Jesus Hernandez.
Good morning, Mr. Hernandez. You are here for case number 200596333, People State of Michigan versus Jesus Jose Hernandez, also known as Jesus Jose Brantley Hernandez. Jesus Jose Brantley Hernandez, counsel.
I'm bringing on behalf of Mr. Hernandez, whether we distribute Mr. Hernandez has been brought up.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading, enter plea of not guilty. Mr. Hernandez, the court is scheduling probable cause conference you must attend on September the 9th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Hernandez, that hearing will be held via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty is entered as the bond.
That's
Thank
fine, Judge. My client's 22 years of age, lifetime resident of Michigan. He has no prior criminal record except for traffic tickets. Judge lived with his mother. Before the pandemic, Judge, he was a demo contractor. He's not working now. To explain to him the seriousness of the charge on his face, Judge, he understands he is not to possess any type of guns or illegal weapons. While this matter is pending, I respectfully ask the court for personal bond with that condition.
Here's a very serious allegation, Mr. Hernandez. It's not, the court's unaware of any assaultive convictions or capious history. Taking into consideration the epidemic facing the nation, the information provided by counsel. During this bond, Mr. Hernandez, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes.
Taking into consideration employment status, as counsel stated, bond will be set $9,000 personal bond. Being released on a personal bond, Mr. Hernandez. Good luck, sir. Make sure and listen to the court.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Morning, your name?
Quentin White.
Thank you, Mr. White. You have a retained attorney. Could we hold off on that gentleman for a moment till his attorney appears, please?
All right, but step on the white line. Malcolm Appleton.
Good morning, Mr. Appleton. And officer, I apologize. Could you fix the camera just a little bit? Just move it up so we could. No. You stand up straight, sir. If we could just move the camera there. Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Appleton. Your name one more time, sir.
Malcolm Appleton.
Thank you. And you're here for case number 18044-690, People State of Michigan versus Malcolm Appleton, counsel.
You're not going to bring on behalf of Mr. Appleton, where he brings stand you, Mr. Appleton, has revived his constitutional right.
Court will waive formal reading. This matter is going to be scheduled for a review date, sir. And the hearing date will be held, a review scheduled September the 9th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Appleton, that will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect for that hearing. but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, I do, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. That's the bond.
At the bond, Your Honor, we spoke with Judge this morning, who said that this honorable court could set a $500 personal bond if needed, Judge. This wasn't habeas at sentencing for the 771 delayed sentence plea, Your Honor, for one count of assault and battery for Mr. Appleton. He stated as in habeas his father-in-law was murdered, Your Honor, and he was going through some things at the time, Judge. He's now working at Tomino's Pizza. Your Honor, he will make his court date via Zoom. We did want to check with the judge this morning on that case, and was given his court permission to set on the person. We would ask the court.
So if we could change that to a personal and then add the two people no contact.
Making sure he comes to court, and we would ask the court respectfully to consider the personal bond, Judge.
Thanks, God. Mr. Appleton, you're here before the court on this matter, sir, because you failed to appear. It's very important that you listen to a court and make sure and attend the court hearing so you don't get locked up for not showing up. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Appleton, during this bond, absolutely not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. The court considers the information provided by counsel, the serious nature of this allegation, as well as the epidemic facing the nation. Also, during this bond, Mr. Appleton, absolutely no contact with Khalil Lyons and no contact with Treshian Ellis. And that, sir, means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with either of those individuals. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Given the information placed on the record, as well as the allegations set forth, which are serious assaultive allegations, as bond is set, given the authority as stated by counsel for the assigned judge, $5,000 personal bond. You're welcome. Mr. Appleton, stand by, sir. You have additional matters. Did you have an opportunity today to read? Mr. Appleton, come back, sir. You have additional matters.
Oh, sir.
You have additional warrants for your arrest for failing to appear at the 36th District Court, and we're going to arraign you on those matters and set bond, sir. Did you have an opportunity today to read, sign, and understand an advice of rights form?
No.
No, I'm going to read you your rights. If you have any questions, just let me know, okay? You have a right to remain, thank you, right to remain silent. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights? Thank you. So on Mr. Appleton, we have additional matters as stated where you have warrants for your arrest for failing to appear at 36th District Court. On these matters as well, sir, you're going to be released on a personal bond, and you have a pretrial date you must attend August the 14th, which is Friday, 8:30 a.m. Wait, stand by. That's September. We've already passed August. September 14th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court. That's on a Monday in front of Judge Ruth Garrett. September 14th hearing will be via Zoom as well, and you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing before you're released, but that's your responsibility. Do you understand? Thank you. And you're here for ticket number 19702-336, December 1st, 2019. Drive while license suspended. Bond's $100 personal bond. During this bond, sir, there's absolutely no driving. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And ticket number 1843469 February 23rd, 2018. Count 1, no operator's license in possession. Count 2, unregistered motor vehicle. Count 3, no insurance on an 01 Ford. Bond's $300 personal bond. These allegations, sir, are all misdemeanor charges that carry up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. Court recall the warrant, set aside cases, and are plead not guilty on each open matter. As a reminder, Mr. Appleton, these matters, you have a Zoom hearing September 14th. 8:30, 36th District Court in front of Judge Ruth Garrett. Good luck with everything, Mr. Appleton. You're locked up on a majority of these matters for not showing up to court. Very important you show up. Good luck. Welcome. Welcome.
Lady.
Morning, your name?
Thank
you, Mr. Lately. Mr. Lately, you're here for court on case number 200-58628, People State of Michigan versus Davion Lately, also known as Davion Q. Lately. David Lately, counsel.
On behalf of of his constitutional rights.
Court will waive formal reading of the information under a plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court dates in a moment as to the bond.
Testifying, Your Honor, my client is 27 years of age, Judge, lifetime resident of Detroit. Judge, he does have a 2011 armed robbery case. He's on parole. He is due to be discharged, Judge. He's given 5 days. He had his last report day yesterday.
What was he on probation for?
He was on parole, Judge, for armed robbery. He's supposed to be discharged yesterday. When he talked to the parole officer never said anything about this outstanding warrant. Your Honor, he's a father of 2, lives with his mom. He's not working right now. These are non-assaultive, Judge, charges, 2019. And again, he's due to be discharged off parole in 5 days. I'd ask the court, based on the non-assaultive nature of the charges, to consider personal violence against the Layton's behalf.
Thank you. Stand by.
What's that? They always do that. They develop. Brown. Gotcha.
Mr. Lately, thank you for your patience. This is a very serious allegation, sir, and the court has concerns regarding the fact that you picked up this allegation. It appears we're on parole for an armed robbery of a lengthy prior felony convictions. These are very serious felony allegations. It's alleged, sir, that you were at a bus station attempting to board, it appears, with over 1,350 tablets of suspected controlled substance, oxycodone. And that's a very large amount and concerning to the court, that allegation, especially given the information as well that you were allegedly at a Greyhound bus station is concerning to the court regarding ties to the community. The court considers the information as well as provide an investigator's report, as well as current epidemic facing the nation and information provided by counsel, including employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Lately, you're going to be given 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference August 26th, which is Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Tuesday, September 1st, both 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge King. They will both be held via Zoom, Mr. Lately, which is an off-site streaming technology, and you'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility if you're able to make bond to connect on time. Do you understand, Mr. Lately?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. And during this bond, there's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. You are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Given the information and concerns about that's been placed on the record, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. And for those reasons, bond on this matter is set in the amount $7,510%. Are you ready on Mr. White?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. DDC, the attorney is ready on Quentin White, if you still have that gentleman available. Thank you. Counsel, who do you have?
Good morning. I have Malcolm Motley. Do you have him on your docket?
Malcolm Motley. Yes, we do. You're the attorney on that?
Yeah, I'm going to put my appearance in right now. Is there a way you can put me in a breakout room with him?
No. No, because we don't have the two no. We don't have the two cameras. We're just operating off the one camera. We could give you Zoom for camera 2 if DDC is inclined to bring your individual to a different camera.
Okay.
Then we could get.
His parents are coming to my office in the next 15 minutes. Maybe if we could just, if you hold off, can you hold off for another 15, 20 minutes before you call the case? That way I can get whatever info I need from them.
Yes. Would you like camera 2's Zoom number to try to call up there, or it's up to you?
Yeah, I will.
Do you have it?
Get it too.
And DDC, if the attorney's able to reach on camera 2, is it possible for you to bring Mr. Motley for the attorney to interview? At some point? You can stay right there. Wait, is that Quentin White?
Yes, that's Quentin White.
Oh, no, please leave. Oh, no, I apologize. We're going to handle Mr. White's arraignment right now. There's a separate... Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, Judge, if they,
Hold on a second.
BBC, I don't know if BBC is allowing interviews for.
I'll ask. DDC, are you allowing interviews for outside retained counsel on separate cameras? Yes or no?
We've never done it, but if she wants to call in.
Well, it's up to you. I don't know what capabilities that you have over there. I mean, if you can handle it, she would like to speak with her client prior to. If not, if you don't have the capability, understood. It's your detention center.
Give them the number. We don't. You guys have to call us. So I mean,
My lawyer right there.
not you. It's call somebody else. If I wanted you out of the room.
Okay. Well, counsel, I'm going to give you the Zoom number for camera 2. If it works out, it works out. If not, I'll just jump back on in 15, 20 minutes. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
The number is 1102 at 35.128.41.14. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, counsel, good morning. Your name, please.
Yes, may it please the court, I'm Joan Morgan from Neighborhood Defender Service. I'm not retained, but I was appointed to represent Mr. White on these charges before they were dismissed earlier this month.
Thank you. And your P number, please?
34482.
344-34482. Thank you. And Mr. White, state your name, please.
Quentin White.
Thank you. Good morning. Here for case number 2005947 People State of Michigan versus Quentin Elliott White. As to the arraignment, counsel.
Judge will waive the reading and stand mute.
Thank you. The court waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. White, counsel, there's 2 court dates scheduled. A probable cause conference September the 2nd, which is Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. White, you have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, September 9th at 1:30 p.m. That's also 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. Both hearings will be held via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology, and you'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility. Not guilty pleas entered. Esteban.
Judge, if I can, can I first ask, is Mr. White charged with 4 counts of CSC 1 and 1 count of CSC 2?
1, 2, 3. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So this is a repeat of the case that I've been representing him on since he was arrested in March. He was arrested, he spent 5 months in the county jail until the date of our preliminary examination earlier this month when the complaining witness did not appear and Judge Giles dismissed the charge. So Mr. White has already been incarcerated for 5 months on this case. Mr. White is 58 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Detroit. He has a number of family members here who I've had contact with continuously during my representation of him. While he was in the jail, he got COVID either once or twice. I'm not clear. He has a criminal history, but it is not violent nor is it sexual in nature. The one major basis I want to talk about that I think pertains to bond is that this is the complaining witness in this case is Mr. White's 10-year-old daughter. This is not the first time that this girl has made allegations. She made similar allegations against him in 2017, which were investigated by Child Protective Services and found to have no basis, and he was not charged then. She did undergo, in this case, she claims that this happened last December. She underwent a physical examination at Children's Hospital, which showed no physical evidence of abuse. Mr. White's case was dismissed earlier this month. I have been in communication with the prosecutor. I indicated to her that Mr. White would be more than willing to turn himself in rather than be arrested. Apparently, she did not avail herself of that offer. And so he was arrested and now he's here before you. I'm asking the court to consider imposing a bond of no more than $5,000. I think mostly.
What was the bond at the last?
I believe
that he
it
was
was
unable to make.
Mr. White, was it 100,000?
It was 50,000.
50,000 cash.
Yes.
But and I understand that because these are serious charges, but based on what I've learned and the amount of time that he spent incarcerated while he got sick with COVID in the jail, and then the complaining witness doesn't show up for the exam, I think things are different, and I've learned a lot about the strength of the case against him, and it is not a strong case. It is not supported by anything other than this 10-year-old girl's version of what happened, and I would indicate that I think that there's all sorts of holes in the case, and Mr. White should not be incarcerated again based on the weakness of this case.
Okay, and I appreciate it. And he's unemployed, I can assume, or is that correct at the time?
He's not employed. Mr. White, do you get any disability?
No, I'm self-employed. I do home improvement. I was in the middle of doing a job when they picked me up.
Can you tell what the bond was prior to, or it was dismissed in that case?
I think it was 50,000 cash, but I'm not sure.
Yes, that's what it was.
Okay. All right. Thank you. The one that was dismissed, it should be the same exact charges, and it was dismissed at a pre-exam, is my understanding. Thank you. So the court, Mr. White, takes into consideration all the positive advocacy provided by your counsel, as always, who informed the court of a number of things that the court takes into consideration. Mr. White, the court considers your lack of employment status as it relates to the ability to post bond, the current epidemic facing the nation, and the information provided by counsel, as well as your prior criminal history and serious nature of these allegations. Mr. White, these allegations are extremely serious, and they're alleged that over a period of more than one day and more than one instant, you allegedly sexually abused a minor 10-year-old child. And the information alleged in the investigator's report are extremely serious assaultive allegations, which include numerous, as stated, alleged sexual assaults, including alleged sexual anal assault that allegedly made the individual cry. Again, this is a alleged 10-year-old child. And other concerning allegations set forth in the investigator's report. During this bond, Mr. White, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Absolutely no contact with Karen Hart White. And that means no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Do you understand? You can't find it.
Yes, Your Honor.
No contact. Is that clear? Thank you. Oh, you're fine. One moment. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. Given the information placed on the record, the concerns the court has regarding the safety of the alleged victim, as well as the information provided by counsel, and the serious nature of these allegations, as stated, there are 4 allegations of life offenses, which is very concerning to the court. Bond will be set $50,000 cash surety. Good luck, counsel. Anything further?
No, thank you.
All right, good luck. Thank you, Cole. Are you ready? Did you get, counsel, did you have an opportunity to speak with your client?
No, but his parents showed up, right after
Okay,
I
so
talked, so I'm ready.
So you're ready to go on Mr. Motley?
Yes.
Okay, officer, whenever you have Mr. Motley, we have counsel ready, and otherwise, at your pleasure. Thank you, sir. Good morning, your name, please?
Danielle Catteray. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Motley, your name?
Yes, Malcolm Motley.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Motley. President, I believe you have family as well as you're an attorney. Just to let you know, Mr. Motley, here for case number 200-59638, People State of Michigan versus Malcolm Shabazz Motley. Counsel?
Good afternoon, Danielle Catteray, P77162, on behalf of Malcolm Motley. As to the arraignment, he stands mute and waives the formal reading.
Thank you, counsel. The court will waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty, schedule a probable cause conference that you must attend Mr. Motley September the 9th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That hearing, Mr. Motley, will be held via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information from the officers at DDC before you're released on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Not guilty is entered as to the bond, counsel.
Mr. Motley has worked at Wolverine for the past 2-3 years, where he transports money and checks. It's similar to Brinks. He still lives with his parents in Harper Woods. His parents are both in my office, and he works full time. We're asking for a personal recognizance or personal bond.
Thank you. What parents do you have? Is that mother?
Mom's here and Dad's over here too.
Mother, could you state your name, please?
Andrea Motley.
Father?
Winfrey Motley.
Good morning to you both, Mr. and Miss Motley. Your son lives with you, is that correct, Miss Motley?
Yes.
And if the court's inclined to release your son in a personal bond, you're going to do the best of your ability to make sure he follows the court order and whatever the court orders, and make the best of your ability to make sure he attends that court hearing via Zoom. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you both for appearing. Mr. Motley, the court takes into consideration you have family ties and family support, which is not common, Mr. Motley. I have no other family in the courtroom nor appeared for a number of days, and that the court takes that into consideration, as well as the information provided by your counsel. Lack of criminal history, lack of capious history. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as your employment status as relates to ability to post bond, lack of criminal convictions or capious history. Mr. Motley, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Given the information placed on the record, your bond $7,500 personal bond. You're going to be released on a personal bond. Listen to the court, sir. No weapons, and make sure and attend that Zoom hearing date so you don't get locked up just for not listening to the court. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Anything further, counsel?
No, thank you. Stay safe.
Good. Okay, good luck to you all.
Thank you.
This way, Come on, this way, brother.
Thank you, officers. Appreciate your accommodation, sir.
What would you like next year?
Any, at your pleasure. That should take care of all our counsels, I believe. Is
Okay.
it? Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Except for the white line, first announcement.
Morning, your name?
Andre Craft.
Thank you, Mr. Kraft. Good morning, sir. Mr. Kraft, you're here for case number 200596636, People State of Michigan versus Andrew Kraft, also known as Andre Kraft.
Your Honor, celebrating the absence of Andre Kraft, and he could have asked the advisors.
Court, wait for more reading and their plea of not guilty. Mr. Kraft, schedule a probable cause conference. Sir, you must attend September the 9th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology, Mr. Kraft. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty is entered. That's the bond.
As the bond judge, my client's 28 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit, lived with his mother. No prior criminal history, just to my knowledge. He receives currently Social Security. Judge, this is a non-assaulting case. He understands the seriousness of it, although it is non-assaulting. He is not to possess any guns nor illegal weapons while this matter is pending. I would ask the court to consider respectfully personal bond.
Thank you. This is, as stated by counsel, Mr. Kraft, a very serious felony allegation. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes.
The court considers the information provided by counsel as well as the alleged investigator's report, your ties to the community, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, current epidemic facing the nation. For those reasons, your bond is $7,500 personal bond. You're being released, Mr. Kraft. No weapons. Make sure to attend that hearing date, sir. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
This way.
You're welcome. Thank you for finding that ROA, Claudia. Appreciate you. You're the best. That was exactly what I needed. You're awesome. Okay. Good morning. Your name?
Demetrius Bell.
Good morning, Mr. Bill. You're here for case number 200596634, People State of Michigan versus Demetrius Devon Bell. Counsel.
Your Honor, celebrating the absence of Mr. Bell, whether it reads, the Mr. Bell has been advised.
Court, wait for more reading and their plea of not guilty. Mr. Bell, the court scheduling a probable cause conference. Sir, you must attend Wednesday, September the 9th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King, which will be heard via Zoom. Mr. Bell, that's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond for Bell.
As the bond, my client is 32 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit, has 2 kids, 7 and 13 years of age. No prior criminal history to my knowledge, Judge. Again, it's expressed to Mr. Bell that this is a serious charge, Judge. Just with the allegations alone, he understands he is not to possess any type of firearm or dangerous weapon while this matter is pending. We respectfully ask the court for personal time.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. As stated, this is a very serious felony allegation. It's important that you listen to the court, Mr. Bell, including making your court date, as well as during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. You have a lack of criminal convictions, no capious history the court's aware of, ties to the community. Court considers the information provided by counsel as well as the alleged investigators report, including the current epidemic facing the nation. For those reasons, bond $7,500, personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Bell. Listen to the court, sir. Good luck. Thank you. Good morning, your name? Good morning, Mr. Stokes. You're here, sir, for case number 200-59639, People State of Michigan versus Giangelo Jahid Stokes, also known as Robert Malik Stokes. Counsel. Court will waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Stokes, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend September the 9th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology, Mr. Stokes. Before you release, you'll get information on how to connect for that court hearing, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand? Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
As the bond says, my client is 28 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit. He lives with his mother. No prior criminal history to my knowledge. Does his work at a car plant in New Boston. Judge, he's a high school graduate. Understands the importance of not possessing any guns or illegal weapons. This is a serious matter, Judge. We ask the court respectfully for personal bond.
This is a very serious felony allegation, Mr. Stokes, and allegations set forth in investigators' report are very concerning. That's alleged that you illegally had possession of a concealed weapon with 19 live rounds. Mr. Stokes, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Do you understand?
Yes.
And the court considers the information provided by counsel, which includes lack of capious history, no criminal convictions the court's aware of, or allegations of assault. The court considers the information alleged in the investigator's report, serious nature of this allegation, as well as current epidemic facing our nation. For those reasons, bond is $10,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Stokes. Good luck, sir. Make sure and listen to the court's orders. Welcome. Thank you. Good morning, your name? Thank you, Mr. Evans. Mr. Evans, you're here for case number 200-59643, People State of Michigan versus Armani Evans, counsel lawyer. Thank you. For a waive formal reading of the information entered plea of not guilty, Mr. Evans, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend September the 9th at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. That hearing will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Evans, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
As the bond, my client is 19 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit. Lives with his mother, no prior criminal history, Your Honor. Currently attending high school right now, Your Honor. We explained to him, he's 19, Judge, the allegations are serious. Now, I would ask the court for personal bond, Judge, just admonish Mr. Evans, based on the allegations, to not possess any guns or illegal weapons. This, the charge itself, Your Honor, is serious at 19 years of age, and there are only allegations, Your Honor. But I just want the court to explain the importance of not possessing any guns or illegal weapons to Mr. Evans.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Evans, your attorney is absolutely correct that this is a allegation and a very serious allegation, sir. It's a felony allegation, Mr. Evans, and the allegations concerning, based on the information alleged in the investigator's report, and sir, you're not of any legal age to conceal any weapon, regardless of the status. So it's very important, Mr. Evans, that you listen to the court. During this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons. Is that understood?
Yes.
Mr. Evans, the court considers the information provided by counsel, your ties to the community, lack of criminal convictions, or capious history. concerning the allegations and investigators report, considering the serious nature of this matter, which is non-assaultive, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. For those reasons, bond is $8,000 personal bond. Mr. Evans, you're being released on a personal bond, sir. No weapons during this bond, and make sure and attend that court hearing so you don't get locked up just for not listening to the court. Does that make sense? Okay, good luck, Mr. Evans. Hope it works out for you, sir. Make sure to attend the hearing date. Welcome. Good morning, your name?
Michael Fair.
Good morning, Mr. Ferentz. You're here for case number 20059-640, People State of Michigan, with Michael Anthony Ferentz. Counsel.
Mr. Ferris, for a waiver,
Court wait formal reading. Enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. Ferentz, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Wednesday, September the 9th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. September the 9th, 8:30, Judge King. And that will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Ferentz, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that court hearing before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
That's the bond, that's 27 years of age, like Detroit, that's part from the history of his father, Judge. Your Honor, the court to consider personal bond. Your Honor, my client understands the importance of not possessing any weapon. We did explain that to him, and in the beginning allegations that although they are serious, we would ask the court to respect the personal bond.
This is a very serious allegation, Mr. Ferentz, and the court considers the information provided by counsel, the lack of KP's history of criminal convictions, the information alleged in the investigator's report. These are just allegations, Mr. Ferentz, but it's alleged, sir. I believe this was a statement made by yourself, and I do not want you to respond. It just states that you indicated that you took the CPL class, but does not have a valid CPL. I don't want you to, not even a head shake. I bring that to your attention, Mr. Ferentz, is you've got to follow through and abide by the conditions, and that goes for the court as well, sir, so you don't get, things don't escalate for not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Ferentz, you're going to be released on a personal bond given the current epidemic, the information provided by counsel, the serious nature of this matter, but during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes.
Okay. For those reasons, bond is $5,500 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, sir. No weapons. Make sure and attend that hearing date so you don't get locked up for not showing up. Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good morning, your name?
David Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis, you're here for case number 20059-642, People State of Michigan versus David Anton Davis. Counsel.
Correct, yeah. Mr. Davis was reached, and Mr. Davis has been advised of constitutional rights.
For a way formal reading and our plea of not guilty, we'll get to the court date in a moment as to the bond.
As the bond, my client is 30 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit, has 4 kids, Judge, 5-month-old, 1-year-old, 2-year-old. He is currently not on probation or parole at this time, Judge. Your Honor, he's a contractor for a property management company. He does work, has strong ties with the community. Do not believe he's a flight risk, Judge, whatsoever. I understand the charges are serious on their face. I would ask the court to consider a personal bond or reasonable bond.
Counsel, you say he is not on probation or parole?
I understand he is not on probation or parole at this time.
You're not on probation for the prisoner possessing weapons?
No, sir.
That conviction was June of this year.
Huh?
The conviction June 10th of 2020 in County of Ionia, Michigan. Are you on probation? You're on probation for that matter?
Probation or parole, sir. I ain't gave me no police contact since 2016.
You don't have 2 convictions in 2020 on June 10th on or about for prisoner possessing a weapon?
No, sir.
Okay, well, the information alleged in the habitual 4th offense is that you have 2 prior convictions that occurred June 10th, 2020. Just to bring to your attention, in the county of Ionia, state of Michigan.
And Judge, it's ironic that he has another case that's June 10th, 2009 conviction, and then it has another one June 10th, 2020. I don't know if that's related, that's a typo, Judge, and that could be 2009 for that.
Correct, yeah, good catch. Well, that's 2 different jurisdictions, 2 different counties, but thank you. Mr. Davis, the court takes you for the, has no other information that you're on probation or parole, and so the court considers that, as well as these are very serious assault or serious allegations, non-assault. So the court has concerns regarding your prior criminal convictions, which include assaultive convictions, as well as the information alleged by your attorney, ties to the community, lack of capious history, the current epidemic facing the nation, and your employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond. Also very concerning, Mr. Davis, is you're allegedly in illegal possession of a 9mm with 15 live rounds and 1 loaded in the chamber, which is very concerning to the court regarding your lengthy prior criminal convictions. The court is scheduling given the lack of information on a recent conviction that the court's aware of, a probable cause conference September the 9th, which is a Wednesday. That's 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That will be heard, Mr. Davis, via Zoom. September 9th, it will be a Zoom hearing. That's your responsibility to connect for that Zoom hearing. You'll get information before you're released on how to do so by the officers, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Davis, during this bond, absolutely not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and for those reasons, bond is $15,000 personal bond. You're going to be released on a personal bond, Mr. Davis. Absolutely no weapons. Make sure and attend that hearing date. If you violate in any way, you're likely to get locked up just for not listening to the court. And that does not make sense, correct? You have to listen.
Absolutely.
Good luck, Mr. Davis.
Except for the white line, sugar daddy. First and last.
Morning. Your name?
How you doing, Roddy Albert?
I'm well, thank you for asking. How are you, Mr. Alford?
I'm doing great.
Are you a junior, sir?
Yes.
Cody, what's his shirt say? Okay, thank you, Mr. Alford. You're here for 20059-641, People State of Michigan versus Rodney Lee Alford Jr. Counsel.
We'll bring it on behalf of Mr. Rodney Alford Jr. I would agree to stand mute. Mr. Alford Jr. has been provided his constitutional rights.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading and plea of not guilty, sir. The court scheduling a probable cause conference September the 9th, which is a Wednesday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. That's going to be heard, Mr. Alford Jr., via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
What does your shirt say, Mr. Alford?
Sugar daddy.
Okay. It's important that you attend that court date, Mr. Alford Jr., September the 9th, okay, sir? 8:30.
Yes.
Via Zoom. Okay, not guilty is entered as the bond.
Judge, as a bond, my client's 31 years of age, he's lifetime resident of Detroit, has one child, 7 years of age, lives with his girlfriend, no prior criminal history, just to my knowledge, has worked at Motor City Casino for 6.5 years. Just we asked the court to consider a personal bond for Mr. Alford. We've also told Mr. Alford that it comes before the judge that the probable cause conference he is addressed appropriately, Your Honor.
Good information provided by counsel, as always, Mr. Alford Jr., and the court takes into consideration your employment status, and good luck with your employment as it relates to ability to post bond, the current epidemic facing the nation, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, as well as your ties to the community. These are very serious felony allegations, Mr. Alford Jr. The court's unaware of any convictions or allegations of assault in the past or capious history. During this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Do you understand?
Yes.
You're going to be released on a personal bond, Mr. Alford Jr. Make sure and attend that court hearing. No weapons. Listen to your counsel's direction. Bond on this matter set $8,500 personal bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. I hope it works out for you. Make sure and listen to the court. Absolutely. Go ahead.
Can I address ABC?
Yes, please. Yeah.
You all said, Mr. Alford. Officer Green. Officer Green. Officer Green.
Officer.
Officer Green.
Maybe they wanted to get some more people.
We had an Angelo Middlebrooks. We interviewed him yesterday, then we interviewed him this morning. He's still not on the list, but it is a 1993 operating while intoxicated case. So I'm not sure if they,
Is it just a misdemeanor?
it's a misdemeanor.
It might be going in traffic. Who's it assigned to? Is it a criminal?
It's a state misdemeanor. So we interviewed him, Your Honor. It might be going in traffic. There was a case though issue back.
When did you interview him? What's his name?
Angelo Middlebrooks.
You want to ask Millicent if she did it? Because she did traffic this morning.
Stand on the black line. Stand on that black line and say something. Say your name. Yes. Say your name.
One second, thank you. Good morning, your name, please? Yes, please.
Yeah, this is Mr. Brown. We haven't had a chance to interview Mr. Brown. He's not responsive.
Mr. Brown, good morning, sir. Can you hear me, Mr. Brown? Are you okay, sir? Do you need medical attention? Mr. Brown, do you need medical attention, sir?
Judge, he was non-responsive.
Okay, we're gonna recall this matter. We'll put this on the afternoon. Please mark his file medical. Maybe he can be seen by a nurse in the meantime. We'll handle this gentleman in the afternoon. Do you know if he's timing out, officer, when he was taken into custody? Let me see.
Busted on the 16th.
16th. Oh, wow. At 9:02 a.m.? 8:02. So he's already timed out.
No, that's the time he was arrested. That doesn't mean what time he got here.
I apologize. What time is he to be released? I'm sorry. Do we have time to do it the afternoon?
He timed out at 2 o'clock.
Okay, bring him back, please. Yep. Thank you, officer. If we could bring the gentleman back. We'll just go ahead and handle it this morning.
Also, real quick, on the, there's a Phillips and Phillips case that was going on.
Yeah.
Is there anything particular that you want me to do on that one?
I didn't ever look at it. That was sent yesterday. Dawn looked at it, but it wasn't signed, so she sent it back, is what she told me
Oh,
this
to
morning.
get signed.
And
Okay.
that's all she did.
All right, I'll look at it then. All right, that's fine, thanks.
No, I never looked at it. So we're gonna, if they bring Mr. Brown back, we're gonna go forward. You can just put on the record what you stated, that you attempted to speak with him and he was unresponsive. Yes. Yep, and then one female. Thanks. Thank you. And officer, is this Darius Brown, officer? Is your name Darius Brown, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Brown. You're here for case number 2005965, People State of Michigan versus Darius Brown. Appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jessica Schreiber on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Brown. My client, Your Honor, just for the record before, while trying to interview Mr. Brown, not responding, I did ask the officer if he knew of any head injuries or any medical issues or anything going on. And I asked Mr. Brown as well. I don't think it's that he doesn't want to answer. I just don't know if he's capable of that. I don't know what's going on, but I did try and I did ask him if he was okay, and I did ask if it was medical, but he's not able to answer.
Thank you.
But if the court is proceeding, my client would wait for formal reading under.
Okay. I'll read him the information. You're welcome, as well as his rights, and we'll proceed from that point. Mr. Brown, first, you're here for case number 2005965, People State of Michigan versus Darius Brown. Mr. Brown, you're here for the allegations of count 1, home invasion, first degree. It's a felony charge, carries up to 20 years and or $5,000. Count 2, assault or assault and battery, misdemeanor, 93 days and or a $500 fine. Mr. Brown, you have the following rights, sir. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say, orally or in writing, can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Mr. Brown, the court will enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf and schedule 2 court dates that you must attend them both. A probable cause conference, August 27th, which is Thursday. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Tuesday, September 1st. Both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. You'll get this information if you're able to make bond before you're released. Both of those hearings, Mr. Brown, August 27th and September 1st at 8:30 in front of Judge Jones, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Before you're able to make bond or release, the officers at DDC will give you information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty pleas entered on your behalf. Do you have anything as the bond or no?
Your Honor, I would just ask the court to take your personal thoughts or what the court finds reasonable.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I don't have an
And understood, if you're unable to interview, that's completely understandable. Mr. Brown, these are very serious allegations, sir. The court considers the lack of capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. Court takes into consideration that it appears you have ties to the community, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the very serious allegations set forth in the investigator's report, which are concerning regarding the safety of the alleged victim, Mr. Derek Hill. During this bond, Mr. Brown, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Do not go to the area or premises of 9311 Littlefield Street, Detroit, Michigan, and absolutely no contact with Derek Hill. Mr. Brown, no contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Derek Hill, and absolutely no weapons. Given the information placed on the record, bond is set $11,000, 10%. Good luck, Mr. Brown. I hope it works out well for you, sir. Absolutely no contact with Derrick Hill, and do not go to that premises of 9311 Littlefield. Do you have any questions, sir? Do you have any questions, Mr. Brown?
Yes.
What's your question, sir?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Can we ask again just one more time? I don't know if it's gonna be possible, but to get some phone number of someone we can contact.
Mr. Brown, your attorney wants to know if there's a phone number where she can contact the family or friend on your behalf. Do you have any phone number that your attorney could call and let somebody know about your situation?
I guess I'm doing it.
No. No, he shook his head no. Good luck, Mr. Brown. Do you have any other questions? If not, good luck.
Yeah.
Come on, Brian, push back, man. Let someone get the phone.
Thank you, counsel.
I got you.
Good morning, sir.
Say your name.
Your name, please. Your name?
Say your name.
Michael Napoleon, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Napoleon. Mr. Napoleon, your case number 200566699, People State of Michigan versus Michael Lewis Napoleon. Also known as Michael Napoleon, Lynn Danis, Michael Wilson, Michael Matthew, Michael Driscoll, Mike Wesley, Mark West, Richard Mark Edwards, Lynn Johnson, Michael Lewis Napoleon, Michael Smith, Michael Myers, Richard West, Mark Avery, Michael West, and John White. Counsel.
On behalf of the defendant, Mr. Napoleon, my client waives formal reading, understands his constitutional right to ask witness.
Good afternoon. The court will waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Napoleon, the court is scheduling a probable cause on this matter September the 9th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. You're going to be, Mr. Napoleon, this matter is going to be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 52 years old. He's reported to my client's in the hospital since April due to a stroke. He is a lifetime resident of Detroit. He lives with his friend. He does have crack in his throat, high blood pressure, suffers from stroke. He's unemployed due to his disability. Years in 2018, almost 2 years but given the pandemic as well, I'm respectfully asking the court to give her a personal bond as this is also a non-assaultive child.
Thank you. This is a very serious allegation, Mr. Napoleon. It's non-assaultive. The court takes into consideration your prior convictions, which include a number of convictions regarding a similarly related offense, ties to the community, the information provided by your counsel, employment status, as relates to Billy Post bond, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. Mr. Napoleon, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and you are not to go to the premises or area of any Home Depot store. Do you understand? Given the information placed on the record, the serious nature of this allegation, bond is set $5,000 personal bond. Stand by, Mr. Napoleon. You have an additional matter, sir. You're going to be released on that matter on a personal bond. You have a hearing September the 9th. Good luck, sir. Mr. Napoleon, you also have 2 additional matters, sir, where a pretrial date's going to be scheduled September the 11th. So you have 2 court dates, September the 9th and September the 11th. September the 11th is on these allegations, which will be heard at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Ford. Those will be heard via Zoom as well, and you'll get information on how to connect before you're released. Mr. Napoleon, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney, have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights, Mr. Napoleon?
Not really. What are you saying, sir?
Mr. Napoleon, the court read you your rights. Did you hear what rights? Did you hear your rights? Yes or no? That's okay, either way.
Yeah.
Speak up, sir. I can't hear you with head nods.
I was trying to understand what you were saying about my bond or what, you know?
Okay, Mr. Napoleon, listen closely, sir. The court's going to read you your rights, okay? And if you have any questions, let the court know. You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say, orally or in writing, can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. Have one present during questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, Mr. Napoleon, the court will provide you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights?
Yeah.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. As stated, you have a Zoom hearing September the 11th, 8:30 in front of Judge Ford regarding ticket number SP 845897. Took place February 6, 2017. Count 1, drive unregistered or untitled vehicle. Count 2, no insurance on an 01 Pontiac. Bonds $400 personal bond. These two allegations are both misdemeanor charges that carry up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. Court will recall these warrants, set aside capias, enter plea of not guilty on each open matter. As a reminder, Mr. Napoleon, these matters will be heard via Zoom, 8:30 a.m., September the 11th, in front of Judge Ford at the 36th District Court. Good luck, Mr. Napoleon. I hope it all works out well for you. You're being released on a personal bond on all matters. You have 2 Zoom hearings to attend, September the 9th and September the 11th. Do you understand? Good luck, sir. Officer will meet you on the female side. We got 1 female, is that correct?
Okay, all right, we'll see you next door.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, or afternoon, your name, please.
Good morning, Elijah Arnold.
Thank you, Ms. Arnold. Ms. Arnold, you're here before the court regarding case number 2004415, People State of Michigan versus Lajanae Diajana Arnold, counsel.
Good afternoon, members. I on behalf of the Senator Arnold, my client waives formal reading, understands her constitutional rights and standards.
For a waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 21 years old. He has a 2-year-old son. This incident was in 2016. She was never, she's never arranged. She has no fire. As soon as she found out about the warrant, she turned herself in this morning, Your Honor. So she's not going to have any issues with parents. She's not supporting. She turned herself in, like I said, as soon as she found out about the warrant. She does not reside with the complainant. This has been about 8 months now. We learned the incident. So I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal one.
Thank you. And officer, you can confirm she surrendered herself to authorities?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, I appreciate that. That's, Ms. Arnold, something the court takes into consideration, that you surrendered yourself on these allegations. These are very serious assaultive allegations, which includes that you allegedly assaulted a pregnant individual, and that's very concerning to the court, which the court takes into consideration the information provided by counsel, current epidemic facing the nation, the allegations which are serious assaultive allegations, employment status as states by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond. Ms. Arnold, the court's scheduling a pre-trial date that you must attend September the 9th, which is Wednesday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Ms. Arnold, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand? Thank you. Also, the court takes consideration that ties to the community and the serious allegations set forth in the investigator's report during this bond. Ms. Arnold, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Lucretia Long. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact, period. Do you understand? Given information placed on the record, epidemic facing the nation, bond will be set $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, Miss Arnold. Listen to the court, ma'am. Absolutely no contact with Miss Long, so you don't get locked up just for not listening to the court. Does that make sense? Good luck, Miss Arnold. You're going to be released on a personal bond. Good luck. Officer, do we have any males or females at 48 hours that can't wait till the afternoon?
Should be good.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks for your help as always.